Hi and welcome back to another video from Gateshead Pokemon Club. This is our series where we're doing the Trainer Challenge. This is the Gold League. We've unlocked all of the Crushing Current cards to make it into a full deck. We're just finishing off with the final 3 games that will allow us to finish the Gold League completely with this deck. So our next opponent is Ella. She's using a fighting and ordinary deck for white. Again, remember what I said, a lot of our Pokemon are actually weak against the fighting element of this. Luckily, we've got our Spearow and our Fearow who have a resistance against fighting. That's why we brought that straight up front, just in case they start off with a fighting Pokemon. We're going second, which doesn't really help us out a great deal. We can't do much apart from play a supporter card. Eevee onto the bench, ready for the Jolteon. The other thing that I forgot to mention with this Jolteon, it actually allows all of the white Pokemon to be classed as electric Pokemon at the same time. So they end up with a dual type. Showing it to refresh our hand. We've got our Jolteon. Little peck against Diglett. Energy on the Fearow. We should really have played the Pokemon Fan Club then to get something out on the bench. Oh, Fearow versus Fearow. Now you'll see that our opponent's Fearow only has a 2 energy and 3 energy attack as opposed to our 4 energy attack. Now hopefully we'll get a heads on this. Doesn't make a difference, we've got a knockout. Ah, right. That knockout was due to the dual typing ability of Jolteon. It turned Fearow into an electric white type, which gave us the advantage against the Fearow, and we're going to have advantage against this poor little Spearow. As you can see, just to say, its weakness is electric. Energy on Pikachu, Eevee onto the bench. We'll run for the knockout. This is where Spearow really comes into his own because we've got that resistance, which hasn't made a scrap of difference with a Diglett. Now we're going to bring Eevee up, even though Eevee's got a weakness against the fighting. Another Pikachu onto the bench. Tiano for 3 cards. Energy on the Pikachu. And we've got the Ultra Ball there. Get rid of a couple of basics. For Raichu. Now we're just going to wait for poor Eevee to get knocked out. We've got another one in hand, so we can get something onto the bench anyway. Got a couple of basics there in hand, which will mean our attack from Circle Circuit will actually be doing alright. Yeah. 2 Spearow. Don't understand the logic behind that. I would have thought it would have been better to bring out the Raichu and be able to knock out the trio straight away. I think I must have been thinking that our opponent has a lot of fighting Pokemon there. So really what I'm looking at is trying to avoid taking damage from the fighting Pokemon. Raichu's going to take damage, double damage from whatever my opponent can do, unless I can knock them straight out. Acrobike, DCE, DCE onto the Spearow, and a knockout. Right, we're down to just one prize card remaining. We're not going to get this knockout in this one turn, so energy onto trying to show you the Groundon has got 30 HP left. Energy on Jolteon. Checking to see what's in there. Yes, we have got the cards that we wanted anyway. I know we don't need to do this, but I always like to. A Circle knockout. And our victory. So that's our 10th win. As you can see, 1 star left. That means out of the 12 Gold League trainers, by the time we finish this with Kami, we will have 11 games to play. Not sure which deck to use to play it yet. It'll either be the Charizard or the Dreadnought. Oh no, basic. That means we'll have to take a mulligan and our opponent will get the opportunity to draw an extra card. Pikachu up front. Tapper on the bench. And we're hoping here for a quick setup, I think. Energy. A Gnaw attack. Oh. Energy again. Evolution. Shauna. Go. This is just going to thin the deck down a little bit so that when we play the Shauna, we've actually got less cards to draw. There's our Skyfield. Magnemite onto the bench. Unfortunately, we can't do Circle Circuit. We can, however, retreat. Bring up Rattata. That might seem like a strange thing to do, but the reason we've done that is we're going to let Rattata get knocked out while we get energy onto our Raichu and get some more Pokemon onto the bench, and then we'll be ready to run properly. Our opponent still hasn't put another basic down, so while they're one prize card ahead now, we're ready to start doing some damage. another basic. So we've got 5 basics on the bench at the moment. We have the ability now to do 100 damage per turn. And unless our opponent plays a basic this turn, that's it, game over. Again, we don't need to put the extra cards on, I just like to. Circle circuit, no Pokemon left on the bench, our victory. And that's the Mick game out of the way. Final game down to Tammy. Now I have a feeling this is going to be a bit of a harder game. Water and dark deck. Bring Magnemite up so that we can start and work on Pikachu on the bench. Energy on Magnemite so that we can use it paralyzing attack. Our opponent needs 2 energy to be able to power this Pokemon up, so can't attack this turn. Piano. Two energy on the Magnemite. We're going to go straight for the Lightning Ball and do some damage. Our opponent's evolved and hasn't attacked. Energy on the Pikachu. Fan Club to get a couple of basics out. Pikachu and Zapdos. Obviously they're going straight down on the bench. Lightning Ball for 20 damage. Eevee on the bench, energy on the Pikachu, and we'll play the Winona to get 3 whites out. Kangaskhan onto the bench, and we'll probably start working up Kangaskhan with energy. Or, yeah, Zapdos. Remember, we really need the Kangaskhan's to absorb the attacks of Zapdos. There's our Jolteon. One more hit on that Pokemon we've got a knockout, but look how much energy is piled up on that Crocodile. Now the AI's probably done that because it may be a card that requires you to discard energy to be able to attack. Amnesia. But because it did damage, we take cards. Energy on Zapdos, ready. Retreat. Lucky helmet on there. Zapdos. Now we have got the Ultra Ball there that we could use, which would allow us to get Raichu out. Right, the reason I went with that route there is there's no energy on the card, so even to do a small damage it would have to put an energy on the card, so I've got no worries about that card at the moment. There's our Raichu from the Ultra Ball. The reason we've hung on to the basics is so that we can put them on the bench, build up for the Circle Circuit. You see, that did 120 base damage, doubled to 240. Our opponent's attacks actually allowed us to bring Raichu up into play. Potion to heal zapped us a little bit. And a huge attack from Raichu because we had a full Skyfield bench. Whereas at the beginning of this match it seemed like it was going to go our opponent's way, it's totally swung round. This match is very much going our way now. 2 prizes to 6. Another huge 160 damage. And final turn. Circle Circuit. 320 damage. And our final win. Right, that brings us to the end of the unlocking of the 3 XY trainer decks that are on Pokemon TCGO. I hope you've enjoyed watching through these videos. I know they've gone on quite a bit. I'm going to try and shorten the next one down. I am going to go through the rest of the Gold League and finish off each of the games. Maybe use a combination of the Charizard deck and the Dreadnought deck. I could use the Charizard deck where it's got advantage, the Dreadnought deck where it's got advantage, which is quite a good idea. I will post the video shortly of that, but I will be doing highlights of the actual matches, not the whole match like I've done with this one. Thanks again for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment telling us if we're doing the right thing. If we're not, tell us that we're not. Tell us what we can do better. Tell us what you'd like to see. Again, bye for now.